semester, I volunteered at ITACA. My volunteering experience changed me in more ways than I'd ever imagined. I'd never been good around children, I just never knew what to do with them or how to handle them when they started crying or throwing temper tantrums or etc. So, when I first signed up to volunteer, I chose to work with 9 to 10-year-olds thinking that they'd be older and more mature. But the first day I came to volunteer, I was waiting to be directed to my room and sat in a different room on the first floor with kids that were 10 to 12. For the most part, they would just play with each other and didn't really need supervision. But every once in a while, one of the kids would come up to one of the volunteers and hug them, or come up to me and say hi or ask what my name was. I'd learned that in Spain, teachers and students were more touchy and affectionate, but it was considered normal. But this was the first time I experienced this firsthand. It was definitely different, but in a good way, because I felt like the teachers could be more personal and help shape the kids more than a teacher in the US could. I was told after about 15 minutes that I was needed upstairs with the younger kids. So I expected to walk into a room with the 9 to 10-year-olds, but as soon as I opened the door, I heard screaming and running and toys being knocked into each other and knew that this had to be even younger kids. At first, I was extremely nervous, overwhelmed, and didn't think that I was even capable of handling these kids. I was already planning in my head how to switch groups. But I decided that I had to force myself out of my comfort zone for once and realize that I was needed more in this group of 5 to 7-year-olds than in the smaller group of older kids who needed little to no supervision to begin with. So the first hour or so of volunteering, I felt really out of place, surrounded by all Spanish-speaking children and the other teachers that already knew each other and the kids way before I'd gotten there. However, the other volunteers and teachers, including Marina and Irene, were so nice, and one who spoke almost fluent English explained to me what exactly was going on. So the kids all wanted to be chosen to bring home the stuffed penguin, and every Wednesday the teachers would dress up and pretend that the kids had traveled to a different island, or they would go on field trips to nearby parks. The more I opened up to the kids, the more I realized that they were actually really cute, and I started enjoying their company. Even though I couldn't always understand what they were saying, some of the little girls would run up to me as soon as I walked into the room and hug me or hold my hand and ask me to follow them around. It wasn't always easy though with such young kids. So an example is that some of the boys regularly threw temper tantrums when they were forced to do things like share toys, couldn't get the drawings that they wanted to color, or had to put their toys away at a certain time. I learned that some of them had a difficult home life, which made sense as to why they would act out. It made me realize not only how lucky I'd been growing up, but also how much of an impact I could make on their lives, even if it seemed like something so small. So, like, rather than scolding them, I would just gently talk to them or walk them around to calm them down, and it made a huge difference. It was difficult a lot of the times for me to volunteer, as I was so sick the majority of the semester that I ended up in the emergency room twice in 1 week, but I'm so glad I did it. 4 months ago, I could have never imagined having the motivation, compassion, or especially patience to work with such young kids, but now I've realized that once I let myself out of my comfort zone, I'm able to do almost anything and can even find myself enjoying it.